All right, good morning, students. Welcome back from the short break, which normally called a weekend. Sorry. So this week we are starting a brand new topic, which is measurement of heat energy. Measurement of heat energy. In this measurement of heat energy, we are going to look at number one, specific heat capacity. Number two, heat capacity. And number three, we are going to see how we can solve some problems involving heat capacities. Alright, like I promised, we are going to talk about these items, three items given, stated on the board there. Number one is specific heat capacity, like I said. Number two is heat capacity, and the last which is an examples going to be solved under this very item. So let's see how we can get the specific heat capacity. The specific heat capacity here is defined as the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram mass of a substance by 1 Kelvin. So this is what is called specific heat capacity. Every substance can have its own specific heat capacity different from another. No substance has the same specific capacity to another. Every substance has its own personal specific capacity, and it's a constant values. Like aluminium has 900 joule per kilogram Kelvin. Now, like I said, specific capacity is the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of a substance of 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 Kelvin. It is stated with a formula H equals to the mass of the substance times the specific capacity of substance and the temperature change of that very substance. So automatically, when we divide both sides by M, change in temperature, M, change in temperature, this M cancels this M, delta cancels delta, theta goes with theta. You now left with C equals to H all over M change in temperature. So this formula is the formula for a specific heat capacity. C stands for a specific heat capacity, H stands for the amount of heat required in joules, while M stands for the mass of the substance, which is 1 Kelvin and 1 kilogram, while delta theta means the change or the raising in temperature of the substance, which is normally 1 Kelvin. So the SI unit of specific heat capacity, is joule per kilogram, then Kelvin, or per Kelvin also. So this is the SI unit per specific heat capacity. Now we have some examples to solve under this very specific heat capacity, but before then, let us look at the heat capacity itself. Remember, they have differences. Specific heat capacity and heat capacity, they are two different things. Let's see how we can get the difference between specific heat capacity and heat capacity. Now, the heat capacity can be defined. The heat capacity can be defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a substance. Remember, in this case, I didn't mention 1 Kelvin or 1 kilogram in any case here. What I said for heat capacity is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a substance, whether 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 100 kilogram, a billion kilogram, doesn't matter, doesn't care there. The temperature should be either 1 Kelvin, 2 Kelvin, 1000 Kelvin, whatever. What we need is the temperature to be raised by any amount of heat. So the heat required to raise the temperature of a substance is what is called a heat capacity, as it has formula Cp equals to mass times specific heat capacity. Mass times specific heat capacity. specific heat capacity, specific heat capacity, then times temperature changes. So automatically our heat capacity will be equal to mass times specific capacity times raising temperature. So this is the formula for heat capacity. Automatically heat capacity relates to specific heat capacity. Heat capacity relates to specific heat capacity in this relationship. In case if you have any issue in this formula, please check back to your textbooks. I think there are so many relevant information on this one. But this is what we have for specific and heat capacity. And this heat capacity is also called a thermal capacity. A thermal capacity can be defined as the amount of heat required to raise 1 kilogram of a substance only. By 1 Kelvin, by 2 Kelvin, by 3 Kelvin, we don't care. But the heat required to raise 1 kilogram of a substance is what is called a thermal capacity. Heat capacity here in this case can be defined as the amount of heat to raise the temperature of a substance, while specific capacity defined as the amount of heat to raise 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 Kelvin is what is called specific heat capacity. Like I said, they are different across the metals. Substances have different specific capacity. No two substances have the same heat capacity, specific capacity. All of them are different. Like brass, it has 380 joules per kilogram per Kelvin. Aluminium has 900 joules per kilogram per Kelvin. So this is what we have on specific capacity and heat capacity. Due to the time factors, I think I'm going to give you only one example, and the other example should be on the assignment. The example says calculate the amount of heat required or needed to raise the temperature of 20 kg from 10 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius when the specific heat capacity of that material is 900 joule per kilogram Kelvin. So what we have is calculate the amount of heat, that is H equals to question mark of a mass of 20 kg, that is M equals to 20 kg. Temperature theta 1 which is 10 degrees Celsius, and theta 2 equals to 70 degrees Celsius. So easy or simply we can get our H by having this relationship. H equals to MC, change in temperature. Now what we have is the mass is 20 kg. The mass is 20 kg. The specific capacity is 900, and the change in temperature will be 70 minus 10. 70 minus 10. Now use your calculator. Whatever you have here is the final answer. My chart finished, and it will take me time before I provide another one. So I think we have to stop under this. We are going to continue from here in the next class. Though this example has already been solved, so we don't need anything again because we substitute the formula, which you press your calculator to find the real or the final solution. Please, my student, like I said earlier, and I'm still remembering you, don't hesitate, or reminding you, sorry, don't hesitate to comment with a question on the inbox, on the comment inbox, sorry. So I'm waiting. If you have any issue related to what I've just discussed, if you have any problem related to what I've just said, please don't hesitate to ask me question. I'm here for you, and we are paid for that. So please and please, if there's any place you don't understand, I'll be right there for you. I'm waiting for anything like questions. Challenge me, please. I need challenge. Challenge me, please, so that we can join and move things together. Thank you and have a nice day. My regards to everyone at home. Stay home, stay safe. Stay safe and stay alive. When you stay home, you are saving lives. Thank you very much. May Allah let this coronavirus off of us. Let it be off of us. May Allah cure it up for all of us across the world. The world is sick. We need medication. Let's pray all together to bring this coronavirus the end of it. Thank you and have a nice day.